Hey, what's up guys, Coastline here, and today we are back with another episode of the Mira series. Today we are on Coastline, and first of all, this should have been out yesterday, but first of all, I don't want to upload anything serious on April Fool's because, well, people may not take it seriously. As well as the fact that it was Easter, and I did not necessarily have time, just because spending time with family. But that's not really important. But today we are on Coastline, like I said before, and we are starting up here in the Penthouse, which is generally the most preferred site to defend. And first off, we have this mirror here. Now I'll come back to another setup you can do with this crouched and on a soft wall. But this setup right here is just more protected than the other one I will show you in a moment. But what you do is pretty self-explanatory. You can see if they open that back wall, and you can see the bathroom and the music room or Hall of Fame or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, you can just peek out. And so, most people don't like this one. I find it's okay, but some people like the other option. And now you have this one. This one just holds, basically it holds the flank on this mirror, so you can help. Holding this angle right here actually works pretty well. This wall needs to be reinforced, but as well as this wall, and that one. But if you hold this angle and someone pushing up, makes it a little bit easier, especially because you're not exposed from this side. And if you want to play someone here, and you have someone watch the mirror, then someone's playing the window, then they can just tell them when someone's there, and they can peek out, because, yeah. But, moving on, we have a variation of this one. Okay, so we have these right here. Now, this one is just, obviously, you put the window down, and you open above. Usually, you'll have a smoke right here, and you can throw smokes over this. If you don't have a smoke, then you can play it yourself, throw C4s, and all that. You can land C4s basically everywhere you need to, as long as you're not bad and throw them onto the roof. But you can land C4s behind the... back here, if someone decides to plant. That is the main thing with this. Smoke, if you're playing this window, can... because that's a very common corner to plant in. So if you're playing here, smoke can deny that, but C4s cannot. You might get the kill, but it's not necessarily reliable. As well as the fact that to get it, you have to stand up, pretty much, unless you thread it and hit it right here again. But it's hard to do, either way. You can throw your C4 basically everywhere, and this is just for people who prefer to crouch up instead of, peek out from the side. It's also much faster to peek up like this. You see someone there, and you just, pop up real quick. And this window right here is just the same concept as the other one, but you can see the window. Never peek this, by the way. And if you're attacking this site, playing glass is very useful, because you can, or a Blackbeard, because you can sit them behind that little thing right there, and it is very, very hard to hit you. For me, like, it even renders out for how far away it is. It pops in. But this spot works. Just be careful of that if you're peeking here, because if you peek out, then you can get an angle on you. It's hard shot, but you can also just counter it by standing back a little bit. This one's good because you can't see the window, like I said. And if you're playing this window, you can much easier. It's much easier to hit the C4 you need, because the C4 will definitely kill. But that is pretty much it for this site up here. Now moving on to the Penthouse and the theater. Or no, Penthouse. We're in Penthouse. Hold on, I haven't played this game. I've been playing Far Cry 5 all week. Hold on. The hookah and billiards room. Okay, we'll be there in a moment. Okay, so now that we are over here, and first off we have this mirror right here. Now this one is good just because you can keep an eye on this door, which everyone likes to go here. And when you're attacking this site, most people just like to attack right here in this room. They like to attack hookah more than all the other sites. You can see basically everything you need to see. You can see if anyone runs in, you can see if anyone swings in, you can see basically everything. And it's very helpful, especially because a lot of people like to push this door. Now, moving on, you don't necessarily need two mirrors, and generally I would recommend not using two mirrors, mostly because there's not very many good spots. Like, some people like to put it on this wall right here, but, it's spotty. But with this window right here, now, you're probably thinking that this is stupid, and I agree. But if you have a castle. You can castle this, and you can castle this. And if you play a roamer in this general area, like over here, or in here, something like that, if you play a roamer in here, they can help you hold it. And if, which is a big if, because generally speaking, this mirror is not going to work, and it's very hard to actually get it to work. It's only worked, like, I believe, twice for me in actual games. But from here, you can hold this entire room. You can hold that balcony as well, with a mirror window, which is interesting. So if you play an ACOG here, like a rook or a dock or even an echo, then it works quite well for holding hookah as well as holding this entire room. So you just have to spend a lot of defenses on here. And if you want to use that one, then you would want to use Contagion with this one so that you can actually hold the door and make sure nobody gets into here. Because it's possible to kill them while they're inside, but it's not very easy, especially because if you're playing Mira, the ear gun is not very good, at least at range. But that is it for up here. Now we're moving on down to the kitchen, which will be in a moment. Okay, so in the kitchen, we have these mirrors. Now, obviously, you're only going to want to use one of these. You're going to want to make your rotation hole whichever way you want. Some people, well, because the thing is, with bomb, the bomb sits right here, and it blocks your vision from this mirror window. But you can peek out, and you can see. But on the other hand, if you use this mirror window, you can see everything, but when you peek out, you get the bomb in your view. So it's essentially personal preference, honestly, but it depends, really. Personally, I prefer this one, so you can still have your rotation hole right here, and you still get the cover from the bomb. And if you're not playing bomb, then you're fine, because I'd say just slap it on this one right here instead, and you can, if you want a rotation hole, you can make it, and you can put a shield here or something to block it, this makes quite a nice rotation hole because of that shield, or bomb. And even this fridge, if you make it through this corner, there's a fridge there. That's fortunate. But these windows are good because when you're planting here, and you're defending the site, a lot of people like to plant right in here. They like to smoke plant, or plant back here, or plant by here, or plant in here. People like to plant in this area a lot. Nobody really likes to push from kitchen. Generally, this is the easier way to take it. So this mirror window helps you stop that. But that is it for the kitchen, pretty much. There's not very many other good spots here. Like, some people like to put one in the bathroom. But, meh. The lobby is very open. It's very hard to hold sometimes, so I wouldn't recommend it. Some people also put an information mirror right here. Like, in this corner, you just put a window here, and you can see the lobby. Which, it works. Nothing necessarily against that. If you want to, you can also put a mirror here and leave this wall soft, and you can peek through and use it offensively, so you can hold this door, which is nice. And then some people will also, where is it? Yeah, some people also put one here on this wall. I believe I already said this. I'm sorry. Yeah. But another thing I do want to show you guys is that a lot of people like to peek this drone hole. When you are on defense, peeking the other way at this drone hole actually works pretty well. Now, it's very hard to tell what's going on out there because of the lighting. But if we actually go outside, then you can actually see where these bullets would end up landing. Because what you see is you're seeing this background right here, and this is where people peek in. So, with that though, bullets will land right there, and that's where their head is, and that's in line with their head at least. So, if you peek this, it's basically a spawn peek at that point, because the walls basically blend together, so it's really hard to tell that you're not just looking at like daylight, but you're actually looking at the white wall, and that's where people's heads end up being. So if you sit right here at the beginning of rounds, you can get some free picks on people trying to be cheesy, go and peek the drone hole and kill anyone like standing in here. It's basically a spawn peek at that point. But we're going moving on to the bars, which is a very underrated site. Most people don't like it, but it's actually quite good. Okay, so now we have the bars, and first of all we have this mirror set up right here. Now this one's pretty good. You can see a lot, and you only need one person to man it, so it's very helpful for that. The only problem with this window, though, is that you can get pinched pretty easily from there. From this window right here, you can get basically stuck. But at the same time, if someone decides to hold you there, you can also try and out-peek them from the mirror window. Mostly just because that they can't quite see the container on your other mirror, but if someone's here, you need to be careful because you can easily get pinched into the corner. So just be aware of that. But this window's good because you can see anyone coming from this hallway, and you can see anyone coming down the stairs. Generally, if you're going to want to play this mirror, though, you're going to want somebody playing on these stairs. Yeah, you're going to want someone on these stairs. And you can also see kitchen. And kitchen is also another very... People like to push through here because of this door. It's very linear, and there's not a lot of ways people can get around you if you're in there. So this is a very good setup. If you open this head height wall, the key is to not make it vaultable. Because if you make it vaultable, then it's a free entry point for the attackers. Like, if you make the wall vaultable, if I make the hole big enough, and sometimes you get carried away making your holes, and you try and make them bigger so you can see more, but if you open it vaultable, then what can happen is if somebody sits right here and peeks this on you, they can hold you there while this person can jump through and plant behind the bar, and there's nothing you can do. Unless you can just like bolo them and peek out against this window and then essentially throw your C4 over, that you're gonna have a hard time winning that firefight. Now, there are a couple other spots in here. Some of them will end up holding this way, but I don't really like many of them, mostly because you're very exposed. This corner is pretty much the best way to do it. Some people will do this exact same setup, except they'll reinforce this as well, and they'll peek around this pillar right here with the mirror here. And that's just because if this mirror goes down, you do need to get out of that corner still, but if that mirror window goes down as of now, you can shoot the canister, but if the window is on this wall, you can't. As well as the fact that if that window goes down, you can still use this one, so it goes both ways as well. If this window goes down, then this window right behind it also goes down. So just keep that in mind. But that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Next week will be the final episode on theme park. I'm not doing tower because you do not need a mirror on tower. You need 5 roamers on tower, basically. Yeah, tower is just a fucking nightmare. I hope it's not in ranked anymore pretty soon. Same with theme park, but I have a couple spots for theme park. But that is it, and I don't know if I'm going to make a video on Wednesday, mostly because I don't have any Siege clips. I've been playing Far Cry 5, and I've been enjoying that a lot right now, so that's all I really have clips from. So, yeah, that is it, and for the 3rd time, we'll see you all next time. Peace.